So what is it that propels some women to extraordinary success? And no, it's not luck. And it's not magic either. It comes down to decision making. Welcome to the Diary of Naomi, and this video is about the 7 decisions that successful women make. From boardrooms to startups, courtrooms to classrooms. These choices are the invisible forces shaping remarkable careers and lives. Whether you're starting up or just looking to level up, understanding these decisions could be a big game changer. So get ready to learn the mindset of high achievers and discover how you too can make choices that lead to success. So let's explore the 7 key decisions that successful women make and how they can transform your journey. So decision number 1 is embrace self-confidence. My last video was about confidence, and self-confidence is key. Self-confidence isn't just about feeling good. It's about making bold decisions and taking calculated risks. It's the fuel that propels women to reach for opportunities that they would otherwise let pass by. Take Oprah Winfrey for instance. She came from poverty and she also faced numerous challenges. But Oprah Winfrey's unwavering belief led her to be one of the most influential media moguls of all time. Her decision to embrace her worth allowed her to break barriers in a male-dominated industry. Or we could even talk about the founder of Spanx, Sarah Blakely. When she first pitched her idea for shapewear, she was rejected time and time again. But she didn't give up. Her confidence in her product kept her going, and now she is a self-made billionaire. These women, as well as many others, made a crucial decision to believe in themselves even when others didn't. But here's the thing, self-confidence isn't a trait that you're born with. It's a skill you develop and a decision that you can make every single day. Start by recognising your achievements, no matter how big or small they are. Surround yourself with supportive people who believe in you. And most importantly, step out of your comfort zone regularly, because each time you face a fear, you build confidence. And remember, embracing self-confidence doesn't mean that you'll never have doubts. We're only human, so we will have doubts. However, it means you'll have the courage to push through and take action anyway. So make the decision today to embrace your self-worth. Believe in your abilities and let your confidence shine. It's the first step to your path to success. And, you know, like, we've all suffered or had that time in our lives when we've lacked confidence. And it's not until we've kind of gone beyond our comfort zone that we kind of build that confidence. So like I said before, confidence is something that's developed. We're not born with it. So don't feel bad if you're not the most confident. Take baby steps to becoming a confident person. So the second step that successful women make is prioritising growth and learning. Successful women understand that knowledge is power. From when you've got the knowledge, no one can take knowledge away from you. Also, successful women are committed to never stopping education. They know that in this fast-paced world that standing still is essentially moving backwards. You need to be always equipping yourself with new education. You need to always be learning more, because we live in a fast-paced world where things are constantly changing, and if you're not up to the times, you will get left behind. Take Michelle Obama for instance. She was a successful lawyer, you know, she was a lawyer, but she didn't stop there. She continually sought new challenges and pushed herself to the limits. This led her to roles in public services, healthcare leadership, and then eventually to becoming one of the most influential first ladies of the USA. There are many women out there like Michelle Obama who made that crucial decision to push herself and to keep educating herself. These women made a decision to never stop learning and to never stop growing. But how can you apply this to your life? I hear you asking, how can you be the next Michelle Obama? How can you be that next woman who pushes herself to a point where she's literally limitless? There's nothing that she couldn't put her hands to or her mind to. So first of all, you have to set learning goals. Identify skill and knowledge areas that you want to improve and set specific achievable goals. And the next step is to read wisely. Don't just stick to what you usually read. If you're a person that likes fiction, read something out of the box. Maybe read self-help. Maybe read something about history. Explore diverse topics to broaden your perspective. Embrace online learning. There's so many online learning platforms out there now. There's Skillshare, there's LinkedIn Learning, and so many others. So they're so easily accessible, so there's no excuse to learn a new skill, because things like Skillshare, LinkedIn are there to help, and a lot of their courses are really cheap. Seek mentors. Find people who have been on the journey that you want to go on or have reached a goal that you want to reach, and let them teach you, let them tell you about their journey and help you to get to where they've been already. Step out of your comfort zone, whether it's at work, whether it's in your personal life. Each new experience is a learning opportunity. And another thing is to reflect and apply. So a lot of us learn all these new skills and we don't apply them. So what you need to do is, once you've learned a new skill, think, okay, then how can I apply it? How can I apply that skill? Could I put together a mini course? Could I do a little webinar? Just to kind of practice and, start using your new skill set. And remember, growth isn't always easy, because sometimes when we're growing, we're facing our weaknesses. But remember, a weakness can also become a strength. So when you're going out there and facing weaknesses and learning new skills, you are turning them into strengths. By making the decision to prioritize learning and growth, you're not just improving yourself, but you're also investing in your future. And remember, all that we do is for our future. We are trying to improve ourselves to make a better future for ourselves and our families if we have them. So the first step that successful women take is building supportive networks. You've probably heard the saying, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. What successful women understand is actually both. They know that building a strong and supportive network is crucial for achieving their goals and reaching new heights. Successful women know the pivotal role that strong networks play in their success. These networks serve as pillars of support, sources of inspiration, and avenues for growth. From mentors that offer guidance to collaborators who spark innovation and communities that provide a sense of belonging. Women thrive when surrounded by a supportive network. So how can you build your own powerful network? Here are some strategies. Attend industry events, conferences, workshops and seminars, because these places are where you can meet some like-minded individuals, people that could either mentor you, people that can even offer you business, some people who can just be great friends. And when you are trying to get to where you want to be, they say that your network is your net worth. So surrounding yourself with the right people is a must. So attend networking events. You can also join professional associations. These groups often offer networking opportunities and mentorship programs. Utilize social media, so platforms such as LinkedIn is really good, because what you can do with LinkedIn is narrow it down to people within your field, and a lot of them will put up networking events, they do blogging, they do meetups and stuff like that. So it's good to utilise LinkedIn for networking. Also, you can just seek out mentors. There are so many people who have walked your walk and have tremendous knowledge in your field. So just seek them out. You can even seek them out on LinkedIn. You can seek them out on Facebook, Instagram. Look for people who are doing what you do or have done what you want to do, and just reach out to them. You can also be a mentor yourself. By you helping others expands your network and also enhances your leadership skills. You can also collaborate on projects. Working with others can help you to kind of showcase your skills and build relationships. So that's a great way to kind of meet new people, showcase your skills, collaborate. Also, you can create a personal brand of advisors. Cultivate relationships with diverse groups of people who can offer different perspectives and advice. And remember, networking isn't just about what others can do for you. It's about building genuine relationships and seeing how you can add values to others as well. And the thing is, building a supportive network can take time and effort, but it's definitely worth it, because sometimes people that you meet, like when you're networking, become long-lasting friends, and like I says, you're there to add value to them as well as them add value to you. And it's just nice to have people who are on the same path as you whilst you're building, because business can be a lonely place. Being successful can be very lonely. If the people surrounding you are not on the same walk, then having these people who you've met at networking events, at least you know that you're on the same kind of path and you understand each other, you can bounce off each other. By making a decision to actively build and nurture your network, you're building a support system that will propel you towards your goals and also help you navigate the ups and downs of your career journey. So let's move on to part 4 of steps that successful women make, which is practicing resilience. Success isn't a straight line. It's a winding road of obstacles, detours, and sometimes dead ends. And let me tell you, I know that from personal experience. But what sets successful women apart is their bounce back, their ability to bounce back even when they've had setbacks. They've had setbacks, but their decision is to keep moving because they've made a decision to be resilient. Successful women showcase remarkable resilience in overcoming challenges and setbacks. And trust me, I have been there. The amount of setbacks and challenges I've had in this one life of mine is enough to have you give up. But you know what? I've had to keep going because I know there's a goal to be met and I'm going to reach it. It's only resilience that's kept me going, I'm telling you. Successful women don't let obstacles deter them. Instead, they use it as fuel to propel them forward. Failure is not the end of the road for them, but a detour leading to new discoveries and growth, and that is a fact. I can tell you that is a fact. Successful women bounce back stronger and even more determined, with a renewed sense of purpose. Consider J.K. Rowling. She's a woman who read Harry Potter. She was a single mom on benefits and she faced so much rejection. And one day, they said yes. If she didn't keep going and didn't have resilience, she would have given up. But instead, she kept going because she believed in her story. And look now, she's one of the world's most successful authors. And that's down to resilience. Because imagine, she was a mum, she was on welfare, she was a normal woman who wrote a book and she believed in it, and that's all that mattered. And that is literally the end, because she is, like I said, one of the biggest authors in history. So resilience is needed when you want something, when you believe in yourself. Resilience is what's going to push you through. Regardless of any detours, setbacks, you have to be resilient. Or even Arianna Huffington, she's another author. Her second book failed and she received so much criticism, which was probably enough to make her think, you know what, I'm done. I'm finished with writing because look at the criticism that I'm getting. But she didn't. The resilience catapulted her forward, and she used that experience as a catalyst for personal growth. And her resilience led to her co-founding the Huffington Post, which revolutionised online news. So look at that. So many people would have been crushed by getting criticism, which was like out there. It's not like it was criticism that nobody heard. It was public criticism, but she still got up and co-founded the Huffington Post, and look where that is now. So ladies, you have to have resilience in this life. You have to, or you will crumble, and there's no point of even trying to be successful because you won't be. These women made a crucial decision not to see setbacks as failure, but as an opportunity for growth and redirection. So how can you cultivate resilience in your life? Let's get into some strategies. First of all, you have to reframe challenges. See obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow, and not insurmountable barriers. Practice self-compassion. Sometimes a lot of us are too hard on ourselves and we don't show ourselves compassion, especially during the times that we need it. So be kind to yourself when things don't go according to plan. Treat yourself as you would treat a good friend. Also, you need to develop a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities can develop through hard work and dedication. Next, we have build a support system. Surround yourself with people who support and uplift you during challenging times. We need that. We need people around us who are not going to criticise us when we're having low times or we've done something wrong, who are going to uplift us and let us feel comforted and know that this is not the end of the road. And the next step is to set realistic goals. If you've got big goals, break them down into small, manageable goals. This will help you to maintain motivation. Sometimes we set big goals that are so overwhelming, we'll read it over in our task book and think, oh my gosh, how the hell am I going to do this? You know what? I'm going to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, you look over it again. Oh my gosh, this is just overwhelming. I'm going to do it tomorrow. So the best thing to do is to break it down into bite-sized chunks so it's easier to digest, because sometimes we end up procrastinating due to the goal just being too big when it can be broken down. Also, you need to learn from setbacks. After you've failed or had a failure, reflect on what you can learn from the experience. And last but not least, take care of yourself. Prioritise your physical and mental health and build your resilience reservoir. And remember, resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about getting up when you have falls and brushing yourself up and going for it again. It's about maintaining hope and a sense of possibility, even when things look bleak. And trust me, things have looked bleak many times for me. And I've just had to think, you know what? Got to keep going. Let me just change it around a bit. Let me just make a few little adjustments to the plan. Just keep going. You have to keep going. You have to. And the thing is, by practicing resilience, you're equipping yourself with a powerful tool that will serve you throughout your career. That will serve you throughout your career and life. You're choosing to be the author of your own story instead of letting circumstances dictate your path. Resilience turns obstacles into stepping stones, and even though it's sometimes hard when you're going through that pain, when that business has failed again, when you've lost all your money, when you've put all your money into this business that you believe will make it this time round and it didn't. Trust me, I know it can be hard, but once you've got life and you've got breath, just keep going. Just keep going, because you will make it. You will make it. And I know it can be hard. But you will make it. So the fifth step that successful women make is making bold career moves. What we need to realise is that success usually lies beyond our comfort zone. Rarely you will get success whilst you're in your comfort zone. You have to feel uncomfortable. Successful women are not afraid to take calculated risks to advance their career. They've made a decision to be bold. Successful women exemplify courage in making bold career moves. They understand that growth lies beyond boundaries. You can't keep within your boundary and think that you're going to grow. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did, but it doesn't. They understand that growth lies beyond boundaries of comfort and security. It's nice to feel comfortable and cozy, but most of the time you will not reach success within your comfort zone. I'm sorry, it's just how it goes. Successful women take calculated risks, seize opportunities, and pave new paths towards their professional aspirations. Boldness is not just a trait, it's a decision. That's the thing, it's not just a trait that every woman has, it's a decision to be bold. It's about stepping into the unknown with unwavering confidence. So how can you start to make some bold career moves? Firstly, you need to identify your goals. What does success mean or look like to you? Write them down so you can see them, so you can read them over and over again. Assess your skills. You need to know your strengths and the areas in which you need to grow in. So then you can either do that course that you need to do, or you can make the necessary career moves to ensure that where you are weak, you then become strong. Research opportunities. You have to stay informed with trends and openings within your industry. Next, you have to network strategically. Build relationships that can lead to new opportunities. That's what it's about in the world of business. It's about who you know. It's about who you know. Whether you like it or not, it's about who you know. So make them strategic connections. It's also good to take on challenging projects. Volunteer for tasks that stretch your abilities. And the next thing is to speak up, share your ideas and advocate for yourself. Who is your biggest cheerleader? It should be yourself. You should be your biggest cheerleader. You should be talking about yourself to everybody that you know. Let them know what you do. That's been my problem. Like, sometimes I hate speaking about myself and telling people what I do, but I'm thinking, how are they going to know if I don't tell them? How will they know what I do or who I am, or whether they need my services if I don't tell them what I do? They might know someone that needs my service, but because I'm being, quiet and demure, like, I'm not doing it. But you need to advocate for yourself. You need to. And the next step is you have to be willing to pivot. Sometimes you could be going in that direction and you need to turn right round and go in the opposite direction. You have to know when to pivot, when to change directions. And that is probably one of the boldest moves you'll ever make. And it might be hard, but sometimes that is when the success comes, when you pivot. And remember, making bold career moves does not mean being reckless. It's about taking calculated risks. Do your homework, trust your instincts, and be prepared to work hard. And what you need to remember is that not every bold move is going to lead to immediate success. I feel like we live in a world of instant gratification and people want things right now. And I'm a sucker for it. I've been the same. Like, my YouTube channel hasn't grown as fast as I wanted it to. But I see other people who grow so fast and whatever, and it's like, why is it not working for me? Like, why is my channel not growing as fast as others? But all I can do is watch my own lane and keep within my own lane, and that's all I can do. We all want immediate success, but sometimes we have to play the long game, and that's just how it goes. By deciding to make bold moves means you become the driver of your career, not just a passenger. You're saying yes to growth, a challenge, and the possibility of massive success. Bold moves can definitely lead to breakthroughs, definitely. And they can sometimes even open doors that you didn't even know that existed. I've been in situations where I've made a move, it wasn't a calculated move, and it led to some massive opportunities, seriously. So don't be scared to make that bold move. Successful women make bold moves. So what will your next bold move be? Put a comment in the comment box below and share it with everybody, because this will also inspire others to make bold moves. And the sixth step that successful women make is advocating for themselves, which I kind of mentioned in the last point. In a world where women are often socialized to be accommodating, the successful woman has learned the power of speaking up for themselves. They've made a crucial decision to be their own best advocates. Self-advocacy in the success of women is about owning your worth, communicating confidently, negotiating effectively, and setting boundaries. And setting boundaries that honour your needs and aspirations. Successful women know the power of self-advocacy and creating opportunities for growth and fulfillment. Consider Stacey Abrams. She is a politician and a voting rights activist. She's known for her ability to articulate her vision and stand firm in her convictions, even in the face of adversity. Her self-advocacy has amplified her voice and impact on the national stage. And this is something to really learn from, because, like I said, as women, we have been socialised to communicate in a certain way and not advocate for ourselves. We've been looked down on because of it. But now it's got to a point where women self-advocate, and they do it with boldness and poise. They don't care. We have to advocate for ourselves, because if we don't advocate for ourselves, who's going to? So how can you use your voice to assert your worth and champion your own causes? The first step is to know your worth. Know your value and the unique skills that you bring to the table. The next step is to communicate confidently. Practice articulating your thoughts and ideas clearly and assertively. Learn to negotiate. Don't just accept the first offer. Research and prepare to negotiate salary, benefits, and opportunities. And this is one thing that I've learned recently. I do still work when I need to, and whenever I go for jobs now that offer me an hourly rate or something, I'm like, no, I know my worth. My last job, I got this. I want the same or higher. Simple. And it's usually always higher. I'm just like, you know what? I was earning this last time, so say if I was earning an hourly rate, I will probably add on a few pounds and say, yeah, well, I was earning this at my last place, so I want maybe a few pounds higher than that. And I usually get it. Before, I used to just accept the first offer. And I learned that, no, negotiate. And as women, we don't like to negotiate. And men always negotiate salaries and stuff, and we need to learn from them. That's why men are usually paid more, because they negotiate. Next, you need to set clear boundaries. Define what's acceptable to you in your professional and your personal life, and stick to those limits. Next, I would say, document your achievements. And I don't do this as much as I should do. I don't think I do it at all, to be honest. Do I? Yeah, I don't really document my achievements, but I will. I will start to document my achievements. I know it's a good thing to do, because sometimes we forget what we've achieved, and sometimes when we're in a position where we need to advocate for ourselves, we forget, we miss vital things out. And I've done that myself. Like, people ask me what I do, and I'm just like, oh, I just do this, I do that. And I'm thinking, but I edit, I write scripts, I present, I coach, I do so many things. I don't remember, because I don't write them down. So write them down, write your achievements down, and seek feedback proactively. Don't wait for others to recognise your work. Ask for feedback and recognition. And that's another thing that I've got to do. Like, sometimes I do YouTube videos, and I'm scared to ask people what they thought of the video. I send it to people, and then I'm like, I don't want to ask them, because what if they don't like it, or they tell me all this negative criticism? But then negative criticism is good, because it helps you to make good changes. But I don't ask for feedback, and I think I need to get past that barrier where I need to ask for feedback so I know what to do or what to change to make things better for myself. And the next step is to practice self-promotion. Learn to talk about your accomplishments without feeling boastful, because you're not bragging, it's based on facts. If you've got this qualification, you've got the qualification. If you've achieved something, if you won a marathon, you won the marathon. The proof is in the pudding, you did it. So why are we so scared to talk about what we've achieved? Like, what is wrong with self-promotion? Is it because it makes people look arrogant? Is it because they've put negative connotations towards it? Like, oh, he's so arrogant, she's so arrogant because she's talking about herself. No, you've done that. You've done it. So talk about it. Remember, self-advocacy isn't about being aggressive or demanding. It's about clearly communicating your needs, your ideas, your accomplishments. And it's also about ensuring that your voice is heard and your contributions are recognised. We need to start self-advocating as women. Like, men do all the time, but it's our turn. I'm not even gonna lie, self-advocacy can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to it. But like any skill, it gets easier the more that we do it, and with practice. Start small if you need to, but make sure you start somewhere. By deciding to advocate for yourself, you are taking control of your narrative. You're making sure that your hard work doesn't go unnoticed and that your career progresses in the direction that you want it to. Self-advocacy is also not just about advancing your career. It's about creating a work environment that you can thrive in, where your ideas are valued and where you're compensated fairly for your contribution. So are you ready to start speaking up for yourself? I hope you are, because I'll be checking in. I will be checking up on you. So the 7th step that successful women make is embracing work-life balance. In a world that often glorifies hustle culture, successful women understand that true, sustainable success requires balance. Successful women make the crucial decision to prioritize their well-being alongside their ambitions. Work-life balance is essential for sustaining success and well-being. It's about more than just managing time. It's about prioritizing self-care, setting boundaries, and making space for personal fulfillment amidst the demands of work and life. Take Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand. She made headlines not just for leadership, but for demonstrating that it's possible to be a world leader as well as a mother. She showed that setting boundaries and prioritising family doesn't diminish professional success, it enhances it. She made a vital decision to define success not just by professional achievements, but by overall life satisfaction and well-being. So, how can you embrace work-life balance as a successful woman? Set clear boundaries, set out working hours and stick to them. Learn to say no to non-essential commitments. Prioritise self-care, make time for exercise as well as healthy eating and meditation, because these are not luxuries, they're necessities. Schedule downtime. Use techniques such as meditation to stay present and reduce stress. Leverage technology wisely. We live in a world which is all about social media right now, so sometimes we're so attached to our phones and we have to know when to say, okay, then I need to put it down and have some downtime and some time away from social media. Use tools to increase productivity during work hours, but know when to disconnect. And another thing to do is reassess regularly. Your needs may change over time, so regularly evaluate and adjust your balance. And the next step is to communicate your needs. Be clear with your colleagues, your partner, your family and your friends about your boundaries and expectations. Remember, work-life balance doesn't mean like it's going to be a perfect 50-50. It's never going to be that. It's about a rhythm that allows you to be productive but also be fulfilled in all areas of your life. And it's also important to note that balance looks different for everybody. What works for one person might not work for another. The key to find what works for you is to be flexible as your circumstances change. Embracing balance helps you to bring your best self to both your professional and your personal life. It helps to prevent burnout, increases creativity, and ultimately leads to more sustainable success. So are you ready to redefine success on your terms? I hope you are, because it's about being successful in a way that is good for you. And as women, like I says, we have to really define what success means and define the steps that we need to take, because we live in a world that we've been socialised to communicate in a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way, look a certain way. And then when we come out of the box and start being what's not the norm, or what's normal to society, we're classed as, you know how it goes as women. So it's about being unapologetically you and doing what's best for you so you can reach where you need to reach and get to the heights of success. And remember, success isn't always just about being successful. It's about also enjoying the journey and also feeling fulfilled along the way. By making these decisions, you're not only building yourself up for success, but for a rich, balanced and meaningful life. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to love thyself. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your auntie, tell your niece, tell your cousin, your grandma, your mum, and every like-minded lady. Bye for now. Mwah.